Hey, it's Barrett
and Christina.
and you're tuning in to Seat for Every Ass. Hey everyone.
Hi.
Cheers.
Cheers, Barrett.
This is episode 10, and cheers to 10 years in business. And we are fresh off our trip to Europe. It was our first time actually going to Europe together. Not our first time separately, but together. It was our first trip.
Right.
We went to Milan first. We went to Salone, which we're going to get into. Then we did a quick pit stop in Geneva, Switzerland, which was incredible. And then, of course, we had to end our incredible journey with Paris, right?
Yeah.
So
It
good.
was insane.
So let's do a little toast to 10 years in business.
10 years.
Being able to go to Europe and travel the way that we did because it was bougie. But we worked our asses off to get there, and thanks to our Amex points.
I know. I was just going to say that. I'm like, wow, the whole trip was
But that is-
completely paid for.
But that's
on
working
Amex
our
points.
asses off.
Yeah, that's true.
It is. So
Cheers.
I've got my Cabernet today.
I have Barrett's favorite, rosé. She hates rosé. Like, I usually don't use the word hate, and she really hates the word.
I know.
She hates rosé. It's like,
You brought the bottle in today, and just seeing it gave me the heebie-jeebies. I want to like it so badly,
know.
but I don't.
it's
I
like
really
me
don't.
with like bourbon. I think bourbon's like so sexy, and
It
it's just like
is.
I can't. Even the smell of it, I'm just like I can't do it. But
Oh, it's so
I felt
good
like
and
I was.
tasty.
We're kind of trying to like get into like summer mode, even though we are not there yet at all.
I know, it's freezing. I feel like we've gone back, and now we're back in April
Yeah.
when we were supposed to now be in June. Anyways, okay. So first, let's talk about Salone. I think you and I
I have
had,
a lot of mixed
well, we
feelings
had,
about that.
but we also had no
Idea.
expectation
Yeah.
as to what that even means. I mean, we've been to High Point so many times.
We could actually be a guide for
High Point, 100%. But maybe not the best guide. We'd be like, so you're only going to like 3 spots, and then we're at the antiques, and then we're back to the one spot because they have the free drinks and the free food.
The bar. We could tell you guys, it's 4 hands. They have the all-day bar that we just go to. We're like, okay, so team, follow us. We're going back. We need lunch. We need to eat. We need snacks.
I know.
We need drinks.
And let's just say Salone is not like that at all.
The
But
lines just to get like a slice of pizza is it was insane.
so we started off by flying out of JFK, and we got there really early because we were so excited to go to the Amex Lounge. They have a speakeasy at the JFK one, and we were so excited to get there to go to the Amex Lounge, get our free drinks, get all pumped for the trip. And we get there, and the guy's like, "Oh, you're here too early. You can only come 2 hours in advance." And we're like, "Wait, what?" So then we ended up going to this like little tiny Mexican restaurant. And when I tell you that our margaritas, which weren't even filled to the brim, were $35 each, I'm not even joking. I almost died. Literally almost died. It was not even.
And it was all sugar.
I was going to say, I don't even think there was tequila in there.
No, it was disgusting. And then we ordered the guacamole. That was
That
like
came in a container this big.
yeah, it was a container this big, but
From
also,
ShopRite.
Yeah, from ShopRite. And we're like, okay, so we're not gonna just eat. I guess we'll just wait until
Oh my
the
gosh.
Amex Lounge.
But then we got to the Amex Lounge. We had a great
Different
time.
story.
So much fun. I did spill a bunch of things, which I usually am not like that.
I think you were just so excited.
So excited, and I was so tired. Remember, I couldn't even open my eyes.
Yeah.
But anyways, then we get on Emirates. We flew Emirates. Those stewardess are the most beautiful, like dressed, like put together. It's actually pretty impressive.
I know.
But so then we flew. We got there, and as soon as we landed, we literally went straight to the show. We went straight to the show. We gave our bags to Chris. He was like our bellhop man. Took the bags. He went his way to Lake Como. Happily. And we went our way to the show. And remember
And Barrett and I were literally like this.
Let's just say it's like 16 football fields large. So you get there, and I was thinking that it was going to be big, but not like that. And no one speaks English, and no one there knew anything about what was going on either.
Ubers are the worst. Like, honestly, it's a nightmare. Like, even asking, like, how to get anywhere.
But even the
we
people...
do have to give a shout out, though. Samantha from Art and Loom.
Oh, she totally hooked us up.
She hooked us up with like everything from what to do, how to do it,
where to stay. Like, she was really a good, like, sounding board because she's been so many times. Thanks, Sam. We couldn't have done it without you, but we were still so confused.
I know. We were like, this is not like High Point. Like, what do we do?
No, so
where do we go? And every single showroom, just so everyone knows how it is, you have to have an appointment to walk in the showroom.
But at the salon. At the actual show, because there are, and we'll get into this too, but there are shows like throughout Milan, like in the city, but at the
we need appointments for that too.
Yeah.
But
well, yeah, but it's a little different though.
It's
like
different.
when we walked into the show, we
boutique-y.
were thinking because it's in a huge like convention hall that you just be able to walk into these massive showrooms and mind you, there's a lot of people there. The lines were like out the door. Even the lines to eat were out the door. You couldn't get a drink anywhere. It was like after a while, I think we just got overwhelmed and we're like, okay, we saw enough today. We definitely walked, did our thing. We're good. We're going to go have a great dinner tonight, which we did. We had an amazing dinner at like a very authentic Italian Milano restaurant. It was so good. Thanks to Chris because he definitely planned our entire trip in terms of food and everything. And our hotel was so nice.
I loved it. And the buffet. It's not even like a buffet. It was just a breakfast that was like
so good.
To the nines. Like, and they had like obviously the mimosas and
cappuccinos and all the food and fruits and
I wish we just great. Liked
and they had a good view too. I know. We don't eat breakfast.
It's so hard. We're like, oh my gosh, like I can't even look at this food right now. I want to.
Like the orange juice is eating breakfast for us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then, okay, so we did one day. We went straight to the show. We went to dinner. Then the next day, we went to see all these different exhibits that were at the different showrooms that were propped up all around town. That was really interesting.
And what is important to know is that we actually ended up vibing with this driver, and we got him to take us from place to place, which was necessary.
Yeah. Well,
and that's one of the best decisions we made on like sporadically, but thank God we had that guy.
No, definitely. I think if you're going to go there and if you can, definitely get a driver lined up because when you're not at just the show and you're doing the around the town, you're in and out. Sometimes like you're there for a while and then sometimes you're there for like 10 minutes and like trying to get another Uber would have been a nightmare.
Yeah.
But in terms of our around town shows, I really feel like Future Perfect like hit the core of our souls.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
it was truly amazing. Like everything was done like so perfectly and like
the lighting installations of Bochi was incredible. The one like that was going up the whole stair. Yeah, it felt like sea urchins almost.
It was like such an amazing experience, and we ran into incredible people that we knew from obviously Instagram and stuff like that.
And networking.
And networking. It was just amazing.
Yeah, we saw a lot of designers, a lot of different people in the trades, not even just designers, but a lot of people in the industry that are very like high end. I think that's the difference about Salone is like, you know, for High Point, it's really the seat for every ass. Like, it's every type of designer can go there, and I think it's great, and I think that you should go. And if you don't go all the time, that's fine, but it is such a place where there is something for everybody. I think Salone is like that, but on such a high-end level. Like, you're really going there because you're working with clients at a very high level budget and wealth, and so you're the ability to be able to purchase those items you have. And so you want to see them. And then the people that you're networking with are the top of the game. So I think it was like, that was like an incredible experience to mingle with those type of designers, those people in the trades, get to know them more, just not even through Instagram, but actually meeting them in person and seeing them.
Yeah. It was truly an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And we definitely will do it again.
We will.
I think that now that we know more, just like High Point, when we first started going to High Point, we had no idea. Zero. I mean, this is like 8 years ago, but still, we had no idea. And now it's just like, okay, we go to High Point, we're like, okay, Baker's the most expensive.
I know. So it is though.
I
Still.
mean, it still is, but it's just like that. But going to Baker is truly an experience for us and our team to like see their different installations and stuff like that.
I think for us going back, obviously the one thing that we would want to figure out is like the showrooms that we would want to be on the list for that we weren't this time. But also like
wing, like there's separate wings for where like contemporary designs. Like that's like the only places that we.
But also reaching out to the vendors that we work with so much and actually going to their events. Like we really didn't go to any parties or events, and that was okay because we were really just enjoying being in Europe and like kind of doing our own thing as well. But I think if we were to go back, maybe next time we'd be like, okay, we did that where we celebrated us. Like this time, maybe we want to go and be a little bit more involved with like some events with like Future Perfect, for example. Yeah. Like we do work with them a lot, and Bochi, we work with them a lot. Like letting them know that we're coming. Mm-hmm. And then so that we go to those events because there were a lot of events that we didn't go to. But again, like I said, we were happy not to this time because we were just having so much fun doing like our own thing. So,
and we had so many other things to do that we were only there for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So like
2 days.
Exactly. So next time maybe we'll be there a little bit longer and then we'll have it more well planned out. But we wanted to get everything in the time that we had away from our office and have our European design trip planned for our 10-year anniversary.
So then we ended up going on a train ride to Switzerland, to Geneva. And it was
truly an experience.
It was an experience. It was gorgeous. I mean, to see everything, like I'm so glad that we didn't fly because we saw so much and it was so beautiful.
The weather also
was incredible. It was.
Like
it was
so perfect. There was no humidity. Yeah. It was all sun. And we just literally enjoyed every aspect, like seeing the mountains and
oh my gosh,
the Swiss Alps. And like it was just like crazy.
And seeing even like Lake Como and everything, like when we were going through, like it was really unbelievable.
Remember when Chris is like, "What's that?" No, we were like, "What's that lake?"
But that was Lake Geneva.
No, that was Lake Geneva. We were like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, because it's massive. We also said we were going to Sweden many times, so we were really going to Switzerland. However, we're not going to get into the blonde moments. That was you and then me. I'm like, yeah, You're like, yeah, we're going to Sweden. I'm like, yeah, we're going to Sweden. No, Chris is like, you two nimrods. You're going to Switzerland. We were so tired, though, and we were just running on, like, so many fumes. But anyways, so we ended up going to Geneva. We went on the coolest chocolate tour that Chris had planned, which was, honestly, it was so much fun. There's, like, one chocolate shop next to each other all over Geneva. However, this tour really pinpointed, like, the best of the best.
All different kinds, whether it was, like, the best, true hot cocoa.
Oh, that was good.
That was so good. And then it was just like all different types of chocolates that we would never even think to consume pretty much.
Yeah.
Like we would never on a daily basis. Or
no. No. The only one that maybe would do that is Landon because Landon eats so much chocolate, but like no. So then we ended up staying at the Four Seasons, which was absolutely gorgeous. Amazing. Like gorgeous. Super traditional, like not our style in general, like personally, but when you're staying in Geneva, you have to stay at the Four Seasons. Like it's just, I feel like
it's right on the water.
It's right on the water, and I feel like it gave me that vibe of being like there, you know, like.
What about the fountain that we've had?
I mean, wasn't it like $2 million a year or something
it's
to like
$1.5 million just to like
run
shoot
it
up this crazy straight up fountain that we had views of. Incredible.
It was. I have to say that Switzerland is literally the cleanest place besides Dubai. And so, like, when you're there, you just feel clean and, like, wealthy. Like, I feel like it's just, like, a very wealthy space. Like, everyone is very dressed, very clean.
For, like, at least 4 days. Like,
I know.
At least 4 days.
And we weren't even there 24 hours. But anyways, we went and ate at this incredible sushi restaurant. That was so good. We got all dressed up. It was so much fun. It was just that was a great night.
Yeah.
And then the next morning we woke up, got on another train. Now this train was like as posh gets. They had mohair seats that we sat in and like the most beautiful little table lamp. And then we took that train to Paris.
Yeah.
And the color blue was like perfect too.
Oh yeah, of the mohair. But yeah, I feel like that experience just with like the train rides were
Yeah.
amazing. Even though I almost died going upstairs.
Well, you and Chris went up to go get food and drinks.
We're like, okay.
Which the food was amazing.
I know, the food actually on a train was amazing.
You were like, what were you saying about going upstairs though? You were like swaying.
I almost fell, and I think I didn't even have heels on or anything. Like I was so scared. I was like clenched, and I'm like, Chris is like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I think so. Yeah, let's just keep going." And we like
amazing
we were
race
laughing.
on the train.
It was amazing race. Like it's like you just need a lot of core to handle that, especially carrying the wine and everything else that we carried.
So we get to Paris, and I was like personally thrilled just because I really wanted Christina to experience the hotel that we were staying at, the De Crillon, which is the Rosewood in Paris. I stayed there before for Chris and I's 7th wedding anniversary, and it was literally life-changing for me as a designer. So I was just so thrilled that we were staying there again, and Christina was going to get to experience this one-of-a-kind, insanely gorgeous hotel.
I have no words. It actually was like the most luxurious, design-focused hotel I think I've ever stayed in my life.
Every little thing, like down to the details of just like the napkins and the ice cubes and the way that they plate everything, and inside the room it's like perfection. And then the pool,
around.
Sculptures everywhere. Yeah, the pool is
a sculpture.
It's all Peter Lane, who is my favorite sculpture artist, and I mean it's unreal, like unreal. So if you ever are going to Paris and you want to splurge and stay at the best hotel possible,
have a lot of Amex points.
Yeah. And or just go to the lounge, like the lounge itself. And we got to see Nina there. That was amazing. That was really great.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had the best time. I mean, we ate so many French fries. We had so many olives. We had a lot of drinks. We had a lot of food. Then Chris took us on that tour in Paris, and we had to go try different drinks at different restaurants and lounges. And
so
then
this was like kind of like not with a tour guide.
No,
so
it's just Chris.
Is like, okay, do you want to go like bar hopping? And we're like, hell yeah, let's go.
But it was like
whatever you say, Chris.
I wouldn't say it was like bar hopping. It was like mixology hopping.
Mixology. Not bar hopping like college.
No.
Not saying I ever did that.
I definitely didn't because I didn't go to college.
I know.
But we really did go to like these really interesting spots that are true mixologists. And then we ended up, remember, at the speakeasy at the end, which was so cool. You're like, wait, what is this? It like looks like this tiny, tiny little bodega. And then you go through the door, and then all of a sudden you're at this cool speakeasy. That was fun.
And the guy.
Yeah, I know.
I can't even do it. Like, it's so crazy. They're so serious about their job, which is so nice to see because they love their job.
Yeah.
And it's just, it makes you appreciate, no matter how many drinks you've had, the drink that mixologist is making. And it just like made it so much better.
So in terms of the trip, if you were to pick one thing that was your absolute favorite that will forever be in your mind, what was it?
I have to say the hotel. Like, I think the hotel was like...
The De Crillon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that hotel was just unbelievable.
It's like you don't want to leave it.
Even the smells there. Like, it was just like you're in design heaven. Like, you're literally like spa mode meets interior design.
Yeah, meets fashion.
Artists, meets fashion. Like, the people there were... Oh, wait, should we tell our
story
about...
Well, and Karl Lagerfeld designed all the suites there, so that just tells you something.
Yeah. But, so when we were there, we were treated like freaking queens.
Yes.
One day, the last day, we went to get massages, and we were literally we had no makeup on, and we knew we were getting massages.
Oh,
and we had a shower.
Wait, you gotta back it up.
Okay.
There's 2 rooms that you can eat in. There's the I call it the purple room, and then there's like the gold room. Now you would think that the gold room though is the one that's more fancy and like more for the people that are truly dressed, but it's actually the other way around. The first day,
nighttime. So the gold it kind of like flip flops.
But
so
for
the gold
brunch,
room for night, everyone's in line waiting to get in there. For brunch, they stuff the what do you
The
call
minions.
it? The minions in the back.
Well, the first day that we went for brunch, we got seated
right in the front.
at the front. Oh, we didn't even talk about the fleas yet. Oh my gosh, how did we even forget about the fleas, which are the best part? So we were getting ready. We were going to the fleas that day, so we were dressed. We got seated in the purple room the next day, like Christina said, for the spa. When we were looked like minions,
and
they
we
brought us.
Yeah, we just were we knew we were getting massages. We're gonna be greasy, disgusting. We had to take showers.
They kicked us to the back.
They literally kicked
They're like, you're going over there.
We're
And
like-
I texted Chris right away, and I'm like, it's because of our outfits. He's like, yeah, hello.
I know, and I didn't think we looked that bad.
No,
but
me
then-
either. We got stuck with the kids. All the little kids got
and,
put in that room.
I'm not gonna mention anything else, but it was just oh wait, huh? And then Barrett actually asked can we be moved in the other room? And we saw seats available, and they said no.
Mm-hmm. But wait, we totally, because we were
fleas.
so excited about the hotel, we forgot about the fleas.
So the fleas was such an experience, I do have to say.
You guys, if you're going to Paris and you're a designer and you don't go to the flea market, you don't even watch the podcast, okay? Don't even.
Well, the rule is don't go on Mondays because they're pretty much closed. But yeah, we had, and obviously the day was perfect.
It was
the weather. It was just, and we had our sneakers on, and we were literally
we went to everything. And then we even employed Chris to be our social media manager for the time and video us so we could make reels, which was really funny.
He was a great job, and Mia, our design assistant, also did an amazing job.
Yeah, taking Chris's.
Yeah.
No, but those were so inspiring, and Gallery Gliston, if I'm probably totally butchering the names right now, but that is that's the best at the flea. When you can actually go to their showroom, it's 3 levels, and right, it was 3 levels.
Yes.
And that had everything. You and I were just in love with every single thing. I don't think there was one thing that we didn't like in that showroom.
That was incredible. That was incredible.
And you can also follow all of them on Instagram, even
and First Dibs too.
Well,
they sell all their,
I know,
their products.
but a lot of the
Dibs.
fleas we actually do, the little tiny rooms at the flea market. We actually do follow on Instagram. I just always forget their names because me and names are just not one and the
They're
same.
also
We're
really
horrible.
hard because it's in French.
I know. I'm like Gallery Glestine. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
Terrible
But the fleas were. The fleas were the best part, though, for us design. Besides the hotel,
for inspiration, and the whole day was a perfect day.
And it was planned around that.
Yeah.
And then we celebrated your birthday, and we ate
Big
at
29.
Giraffe.
That was a 6-hour dinner. That was crazy.
So we ate at Giraffe, which is at the Trocadero, which is across from the Eiffel Tower. So when you sit at this restaurant, you have the view of the Eiffel Tower. There's nothing blocking your view except for all the people that want to be famous influencers that come over there and are constantly taking pictures in front of your table.
I know. We're can you get out of here?
I have multiple videos and pictures of Christina getting so annoyed at this one girl who kept coming and crouching on you because we had the best table at the restaurant and the best view. And so she kept coming, and then she sat down next to you and was trying to take all.
And I was like, "Girl, get away!"
Oh,
and I'm not one
so
to
funny.
hide my feelings when it comes to stuff like that. And I was just like,
No.
Shoot.
That was hilarious, though.
I'm like, dude, you're over. This is the 12th time you came over. Did you get the picture?
Did you get it? No, she didn't get it. Then we tried to find her on
selfies.
Instagram so we could see all the selfies that she took, but we never found her.
I know.
But that restaurant is gorgeous. The countertops in there are 5-inch bullnose, and it's all marble.
You cannot see the seam.
No,
it's insane.
It's
insane.
It is. That is it's a good place. I know now it's super famous because it's all over the internet, but it's still it's still design love. It's like candy. You're looking at it. Even the bathrooms.
Yeah, I mean that was incredible, and that's
and the food was so good too.
So good.
We ate so much
and
again.
Had every dessert that there was.
Oh yeah, we did.
We're just can you please roll me out of here because I can't move.
Yeah. So all in all, our trip was incredible. There were so many amazing moments. I don't even know what was my favorite because I feel like there were so many that were my favorite.
And it seemed like we were gone for literally 3 weeks. We just got...
We were 7 days.
We accomplished so much in so little time. And we were never... we never felt like that tired and
No.
just kind of like we stayed up way past our bedtime, like 1 o'clock.
Yeah, usually you and I go to bed
9.
I'm an 8 o'clocker. And we stayed up till like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then we would wake up at 6, 7 o'clock, get going again. Like, we didn't stop.
Yeah. So the difference between that and High Point is we get up that early, but then we're in bed by 8 because we don't do like any events. There's no
and there's no
dinners
fancy restaurants
or an edible restaurant.
Just Taco Bell. That's edible.
Yeah, no.
More jalapeno. Okay, so now, Christina, let's play a little game. All right, we're going to play a game, and it is called This or That. So we need to pull our phones out because we're going to ask questions. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to ask questions to the both of us, and we're going to answer. Both of us are going to answer this or that. Okay?
Okay.
So minimalist or maximalist?
Usually I can shoot from the hip. I feel like I have to say both.
Okay.
Because I love both equally.
Yeah. I'm going to say minimalist.
Okay.
Modern or traditional? Modern.
Modern. Definitely not.
Scandinavian or Mediterranean? Scandinavian. Industrial or boho? Industrial.
Industrial.
Coastal or farmhouse? Coastal. Mid-century or Art Deco? Art Deco. Ah, same. Neutral or bold colors? Neutral.
Bold colors.
Matte or glossy finishes?
Matte.
Monochrome or multicolor? Monochrome. Painted walls or wallpaper? Wallpaper. And especially from our line Flight by Mouth Paper. Velvet or linen upholstery? Velvet.
Number 1.
Open concept or defined spaces?
Defined spaces.
Defined spaces for me too. Sectional sofa or sofa and chairs? Oh, that's a hard one.
That's a 50-50. It really depends on the space.
It does depend on the space. Oh, yeah, that was that's one. We're going to say both for that one. Okay, it's your turn.
Okay.
Your turn.
My turn. Built-in storage or freestanding pieces?
Built-in storage.
Round table or rectangular table?
I feel like I like round tables a lot more than I do rectangular, but I like
or
both.
Oval. You could do the
but
mix.
That's not on there.
I would say rectangular.
Okay, I say round.
Statement piece or balanced symmetry? Statement.
Balanced.
Pendant lights or chandeliers?
Chandeliers.
Natural light or mood lighting?
Oh, that's a tough one.
That's both.
Like this one, for example, is mood lighting.
But
like
then you go in the other room, and the natural light is so. It's like it really depends on. It depends on the space. Like
these are hard.
I know.
Okay,
I feel like we need natural. It's natural.
I mean,
like
natural light's always the best, but
yeah. But we also love our mood.
I mean, we love a mood.
Statement rug or bare floors? Statement rug.
That's a hard one too. I feel like I go both ways. I mean, who doesn't love a rug? I love a rug, but then there's sometimes where like a rug is just not necessary or it's just not going to work.
Right.
But I do love both.
Gallery wall or oversized art?
Oversized art. I hate a gallery wall.
Real plants or faux greens?
Real. Except for the faux that I have, like that we've used at clients, is unbelievable with the silk leaves, but the real trunk, that's like a mix of both.
We literally use that for pretty much every project.
And then you don't have to worry about killing it or having bugs.
Or just like taking care of it. That's,
yeah, true.
Like, you can go away for like 3 weeks and not have to worry about your plant.
No.
Okay, this is a fun question because I know what your answer is. Form or function? Form.
Yeah. Who needs function?
The husbands would definitely disagree with that one. Smart home tech or vintage charm?
Vintage charm.
Home. I love smart home.
I don't like smart homes at all. They just always go, you have to get new because the technology changes too much. It drives me nuts.
It's unfortunate, but it's easy when you have your
I know, it just drives me nuts.
Home office or reading nook? Home office.
Yeah, home office is needed.
Kitchen island or dining table?
Dining table.
Same. Pet friendly or white everything? White everything.
Pet friendly. Because you could still have white everything with pet friendly fabric.
So that's a mix. We design typically like both ways. So
that's true.
Like it's combined.
Listen, we do design, form, and function. So I think that's something that we're actually really good at.
Yeah, we do.
We are.
But if you had to choose one form.
Well, I mean, it's like when you wear that outfit that you can't breathe in, but you just want to look extra good.
Or the shoes that are like half an inch too small and you know
Louboutins.
you have to walk around. Oh, yeah.
We won't go there in my Dubai trip.
I can't even.
All right, so that's the end of today's episode. But please follow us, like us, subscribe, watch it, post it, share it.
And
all
let us
the
know
things
what you guys want to hear from us because we're an open book.
And also season 2 will be coming. So for season 2, we need some great topics. So stay tuned. We are going to be talking next about AI and how technology has totally changed the game in interior design.
Can't wait.
Yep. Follow us, Seat for Every Ass. See you guys later. Cheers.